everyone, and welcome to another edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Barbara Rogers. Joining me in the studio now is Mona Azevedo. She is a business development specialist with the Veterans Business Outreach Center. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Barbara.
Tell me about the Veterans Business Outreach Center. What does it do?
Well, the VBOC program is a nonprofit organization, and we're actually a division of Vietnam Veterans of California. VBC has 4 different locations in Northern California where we provide several transitional services to veterans. We have a housing component, a behavioral health center where we have PTSD counseling, drug and alcohol rehabilitation. We also have employment counseling and training, and then the business and economic development wing, which is Veterans Business Outreach Center. And the VBOC program is partially funded by the Small Business Administration, and we help veterans who want to either start a business or who are already in business by providing free business consultations.
Now, I would imagine, since you say it's part of the Vietnam Veterans, a program that was started for Vietnam veterans, that you've been around for a while.
Yes, VBC was established in 1980, so the program's definitely been around for quite some time.
And I would imagine also that now the focus might have shifted just a little bit because you have a whole bunch of new veterans coming now.
We do. We have a lot of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans who are coming back, and with the downturn of the economy, they need a lot of assistance either going into employment or starting their own employment, which is where the business and economic side comes in.
So you have an event that's coming up?
Yes, the VBOC program is teaming with the Northeastern California Small Business Development Center to put on Veterans Entrepreneurial Workshop. It's going to be held here in Stockton at the San Joaquin Delta College on February 9th from 2 to 5. And this event's free for all veterans. The demographic that should come is anyone who wants to start a business or who's already in business.
What kinds of businesses generally do veterans start, and is it any different than what the general population would do, or are there kinds of businesses that seem to be more uniquely suited to people who are coming back from a war or who have been in a war?
That's a good question. I've been with the program for about 4 years now, and when I first started, the most heavily impacted industry sector was construction concern. There's definitely been a shift to service establishments, so I'm not sure if it's the way the economy goes or what veterans are most comfortable in, but service establishments are definitely the predominant field right now.
What kinds of services?
Anything from a restaurant, a hair salon, and pretty much any gamut of assisting the public, so more so than doing a wholesale business or retail.
When you mentioned hair salon, of course, immediately I thought, you know, of myself saying to myself, well, you know what, I've been thinking in terms of veterans as men, but there's so many more women.
There are a lot
veterans,
of, yes.
And there probably a lot, that probably has helped to change the makeup of what you do as well.
Yeah, I believe last year we served 567 veteran-owned businesses, and about 200 of them were women.
So it's about 50%. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
You talked about the fact that this started out with Vietnam veterans, and now you have the veterans coming from the Afghanistan war, the Iraq war. How do those two groups work together? Do they find a lot of commonality?
A lot of camaraderie. I feel all veterans have they've gone through the same experiences, the same discipline. So even though they might be different age demographics, that same situation that they've been through helps them all get along really nicely.
And do they have some common issues?
Yeah, definitely. As far as the issues that they come back from war, post-traumatic stress syndrome can be pretty common, and because of the discipline that they go through and the rigorous activity in the war, when they come back, a lot of them don't want to be employed for someone else. So I feel that it's pretty common for veterans to want to start their own business.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting job that you have, and good luck with your workshop that's coming up on February 9th.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us for another edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I hope you'll be with us again next time. Bye-bye.